Your algorithms on YouTube, when you are searching for national action, will then promote the likes of Tommy Robinson and Britain First. This is despite the fact that the Finsbury Park Mosque, where somebody was killed, and that's recently been in the headlines, despite the fact that videos of Tommy Robinson were cited as part of the online radicalization of Darren Osborne in the Finsbury Park court case, YouTube continues to promote them videos. What have you got to say about that?
We are working to make sure that videos that promote hate or promote violence, if they violate our policies, are removed from the platform. If they walk right up to the line, we have also, at the encouragement of this committee, developed a new enforcement mechanism to limit the features that these have. They should not be appearing in our recommendation engine. If they are, I will take this back to our team and see what the problem is.
Okay, but they are. I mean, they are appearing. They are in my recommended timeline at the moment. So because I've been searching on my iPad for national action videos, I, as a result, have the first 2 videos recommended to me by YouTube. When I just click on, as I've just done this afternoon, I click onto YouTube, the first 2 recommendations are Tommy Robinson videos. So the Tommy Robinson that was identified as part of the Finsbury Park online radicalisation process, that's what YouTube's recommended. I've not searched for it. YouTube has recommended that to me. Doesn't that cause you some serious alarm?
I can't speak to these particular videos personally. It causes me a lot of alarm, but I will take this back to our team and see why this is happening.
It's not even just about the individual videos. It's actually a recommended channel. I have got up here, it is coming up as my recommended channels, that one of the recommended channels for me is Tommy Robinson recommended channel. I've also got British Warrior, I've got a series of other, quite sort of extreme things that are coming up, but I have specifically Tommy Robinson recommended channel. You can pass you my iPad.
It's important for the company and for our bottom line, for the recommendation engine to work as it is intended to make sure that people can find quality content that they are looking for. It should not be serving up videos that incite or inspire hate. If it is, there is a problem, and I will take it back to the team and see that it's addressed.
But lots of people have raised this with you. This is not just us. This is not the first. I do not believe this is the first time you have heard this. Allegations and concerns that your algorithms are promoting more and more extreme content at people. Whatever they search for, what they get back is a whole load more extreme recommendations coming through the algorithms. You are the king of the search engine, and yet your search engines are promoting things that further and further radicalize people. Whatever they search for, they get something more back.
And we are working to make sure that is not happening. We, for example, on news, where we have a lot of problems in this space, we are beginning to use an authority ranking to make sure that when you start with the news from a quality source, that you continue to be suggested news from quality sources.
Raymond Chisty.
Just a couple of points, if I may. With regards to the tragic and horrific incident at Finsbury Park Mosque, the vile act carried out by Darren Osborne, and the following judgment given by Mrs. Justice Chima Gab to say the short time between seeing the material, being radicalised and carrying out a violent terrorist incident, that the individual had in part been radicalised by seeing material by Tommy Robinson. Your experience, you've worked at the State Department advising on extremism. I've seen you've written a number of books. You've been at a number of think tanks. The material, the vile material put out by Tommy Robinson, just in the question earlier that you raised about your policy and your criteria, does his vile poison material online violate your policy criteria?
I can say in general that hateful content can create an atmosphere that can lead people to radicalize. Whether his specific statements fall foul of our guidelines or not, I cannot tell you without looking at the specific content.
Can I just ask, because this is what concerns me. You're saying you cannot tell me without looking at it. There was a High Court decision in which his name was mentioned, that he was linked to having radicalized an individual who carried out terrorist attacks. And then you're saying to me, since then, you have not looked at your criteria to see if that individual's material is radicalising individuals with your own expertise in radicalisation and extremism, which is all littered over here. You haven't done that.
I can't speak to this specific content.
Your organisation haven't done that.
I can't speak to that either.
Do you think you should have done that? As an organisation, after there's a High Court judgment to say an individual to be mentioned in that, Tommy Robinson, his vile views had led to an individual being radicalised into carrying out a terrorist attack in the United Kingdom. First duty of the state is to protect its citizens. Following from that judgment, that name is mentioned in that. Do you not think you should have looked at that name and thought if his vile views violate your policy criteria?
I will certainly take it back to our team.
I have no further questions.
Douglas Ross.
On the record, because you skimmed over it earlier, in your 4 months in position, have you made